Welcome everyone to another new episode of the Inner Circle podcast. I am your host, Charlie, and you may be wondering, but you can't hold a good, bad bitch down for long. Welcome back, my best girlfriend. No, Melanie, to you guys.
Hi, everybody. Did y'all miss me? I was going to say, hello, it's me, Valentina.
Not Valentina. I've actually forgotten about Valentina.
Me too.
You being honest. Hey, we
What's
being
up,
honest.
Buttercup?
How are you though? We was just catching up a little right before the show because we literally just a few minutes before the show, so we are catching up literally while on the show because you've been traveling. You've been doing. Tell the people what you've been doing. How you been? What's going on?
Been around the world, yeah. First of all, I want to give a big, juicy shout out to Joelle Bryan. I'm so sorry, my love, that I missed you while you were on. I watched the episode. I heard the shout out. I will definitely be here the next time he comes around. I am so sorry. I did you dirty twice. I wasn't here twice, but I apologize. I was just work things. I'm good. I'm like, I don't know where this burst of energy came from because I've been run down. I feel haggard, knackered. But I was traveling for work for the last week, and I'm back again.
How? Speaking of last week and work and stuff, one work travels. How was that? How was work? I know that you said leaving your flight was delayed, and I'm
Oh
like,
my God. Why is it that every time I have to travel to fucking Washington, D.C., there's always a problem? It's like, well, first of all, I don't even like going there. I have trepidation going there because,
I
an ex is
know.
out there. But please, God, don't let me run into him ever. But I don't I never can get there on time. My coworkers that live in New York, they actually ended up taking the Amtrak. I don't like taking the Amtrak. I will take the Amtrak train to go to Boston, to go to Rhode Island, to go somewhere like nearby. But when it comes
Yeah.
to like to go to DC, it's like what 3+ hours. Then it's a additional 45 to an hour ride to where I was supposed to go in Virginia. So I think flying is better. It's less than 50 minutes. But I was stuck in the airport for 4 hours.
Oh, I didn't know it was that
It
long.
was 4 hours. Luckily, I have my Wi-Fi. I have my
What
snack.
were they citing? What was the reason?
Something about a previous delay caused all the planes to have a delay, and then they had to wait for the crew to come. Those let me tell you something. I'm not a flight attendant, but I feel like I'm flight attendant adjacent to like you being a flight attendant, my sister being a flight attendant. So I know the ins and outs of flight attendant people. And
Mm-hmm.
I had this conversation with a flight attendant. Some of the flight attendants be looking very busted and disgusting. Like the United airline flight attendants. I'm sorry if you're listening and you work for United, but step it up because you guys don't look like you guys look run down. They do. They're not as polite or as engaging as the JetBlue ones. The JetBlue guys, like, I feel like they're paid to flirt because that's literally all that they do. At Delta, I've had good experience with Delta. They're very nice too. But United, mm-mm. But other
Um,
than that, work week was great. Like going to Virginia was cool. The weather was super cold, but then there were days where it was like the sun was out. So if you were standing in front of the sun, like it was
mm.
warm. So it was really nice. And then I get back to New York and it's like freaking uh thunderstorm, pouring rain, all that.
And mind you, on what spring?
Yeah.
Like the first day of spring last week, Mercury Retrograde. There was last week was a heavy week, and I think I spoke about it a little bit on the podcast. But also, as the week went by, it made me feel so much better because I work where I'm dealing with a lot. I deal and talk to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So, to go by as like the week goes by and you're talking to all these different people and it comes up and then they say the same thing, like, oh my God, what a week or what thing. Or I feel tired, but I've also still been getting 7, 8 hours of sleep. Why do I feel so sad? And just the energy.
Mm.
And so many people had the same thing throughout the week, and I connected. It was a sign. I think it truly was a sign from the
Yeah.
universe. Like, it's what's going on. It's just not you, buddy. It's just
Yeah, it's not just you. And I think when I posted something like I hate plane delays or flight delays, and you were like Mercury retrograde. I didn't know we were in Mercury retrograde, but when
it's
are we not?
right. 4 times a year. I believe it's 3 to 4 times a year we get
I feel like it's like once a month, but
it. like a period.
like a period. Auntie Flo is here. Auntie retrograde is here.
And you feel it, all right, in many ways. And for me, I did want to, last week I told you this past weekend.
Mhm.
But last week I had a little scare. I had to go to the doctors for blood work, whatever. So because again, I work with people, I work with kids. So I went to the doctor. I've done this test before, so you go blah blah blah. I go to the doctors, get this done, like nothing and stuff. I remember asking the nurse. I'm like, that many vials of blood for just this one test. Oh, blah blah blah, whatever she said. Because honestly, I don't even remember what she said. And that's that. And I go about my day. So then, long story short, usually, like, again, people go for their checkups and stuff, and then you get like some weird notification or whatever about something. So I had a little scare
Yeah.
where, I thought, it was something serious. And it was,
A
it
false
was,
positive.
yes. Okay. Disclaimer. Thank the good Lord. It's nothing serious. Like you said, a false positive. Even my doc, I like email my doc, because again, doctors usually call you when it's something like detrimental.
Mhm.
But I emailed her and I was like, hello, like, and I explained, I'm like, I'm freaking out here. And she explained and a nurse explained, and I'm like, okay. But this was after like that initial day, because when I got, the test results through email and stuff, the way I was reading it, hey, I'm not a fucking doctor. So the way I was interpreting things, I'm like, wait, what's going on? I was freaking.
Results are so freaking overwhelming, especially like reading them by yourself, because you never know. Like it'll have like a ratio. Like if you have this much percentage, like you're gonna die. Some shit.
Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you. It's like this range and that range and this number there, and then the greater than symbols. So it was a lot, but last week was heavy for me. And one thing that you also realize when you go through things, because for me, I didn't reach out to you initially, if we're being
Yeah.
honest on this podcast for our listeners. You was traveling. So I didn't want to put that on the person I am. Usually as a person, I don't like putting things on people, and especially I'm self-aware, especially the people that I care for,
How
what
considerate.
what they're doing or going through. So it's like, nah, she's about to travel, she's doing something important. I know what you express thing. Plus I know your own things, personal things with people, So I'm like, no, I can't like put this on her right now and say this without me knowing. Like I hadn't even talked to my doctor. You know what I mean? It's an alone feeling you feel. So I
Yeah.
get, you know, people that go through things out there, and then some people that, don't get me wrong, I didn't think this detrimental and thing, like, but people that go that sad way where it's like they feel like they have to take their lives because they feel lonely and they can't share something with anyone.
Mhm.
But I did feel like, whoa, what I share. With that being said, thank God everything. So I'm good. But it also goes to show people who are truly there for you. Like something about Mercury retrograde that I like too is because people always think the worst, like, oh, it's just we're gonna miss our flights and we're gonna have delays and everything's
Mhm.
gonna be just delayed. But Mercury retrograde also makes you it's something that makes you slow down and it's like it's kind of teaching you the lessons again that you don't want to repeat.
Right.
It makes you slow down and realize some things. And during this time it's kind of like a test. I'm starting to look at Mercury retrogrades as well, of certain things. And for me, it makes you realize like that moment last week, people who are truly there for you, especially when you share something or you hint at being vulnerable and down, it really is eye-opening of the people who are truly there for you. Even people who say they have your back, or everyone's always out there, like when everything's good, like, yeah, I love you, I have your back, you're the best, blah blah blah. But when it truly matters of something, like of needing someone, so I realized that
It could be friends and it could be family.
teachable moments in family as well. Yeah, it could be. It's teachable moments, and I'm talking about generally speaking, but
Yeah.
family as well, everyone. But
I
you were
think I was reading. I read like a thread because fuck Twitter at this point. But well, not Twitter. Fuck X. Um, I was reading on threads this thing that someone posted. It said, "Let's normalize stopping. Let's normalize not lecturing someone when they're in need of a hug instead, or like in need of an ear
Oh,
and
I
a hug."
like that one. I
Yeah,
like that.
because you're a lot of people like you could be what you were going through, and I'm sorry that I wasn't, there or available, even though I was, but you were being considerate. I appreciate that. But you know me, I'm a problem solver. You tell me that, and I will be like, let me see the results. I will get my WebMD on. But um, I feel like I have learned to more so empathize with people, and instead of like listening and being like, well, we need to find a solution, you need to sit there and listen to what people have to say and vent, and let them go through the motions and then support them that way. Sometimes silence and just listening is golden.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad that you're good. It happens to the
Yeah.
best of us.
Mm-mm-mm. But so besides like delays and stuff, any other ways you feel like this retrograde, although you didn't
Yeah,
even know it was going on, is affecting you?
yeah, I feel I have been not really doing much self-care, which is crazy because I do self-care in certain ways. Like a couple weeks ago, I got my hair done, I did my lashes, I did my nails. But I feel like when I feel like I'm in a rut, especially when the weather's not getting better, or like I'm
Mm.
stressed out with work, because as much as like I can hold it down and put like like show good face, I'm like, it's busy as fuck for me, whether it's work and personal life. I feel like I need to, and I was just telling you this earlier, that I want to like focus on, well, not really necessarily focus, but I want to wind down and get a massage and get a facial. I haven't gotten a facial in,
I need a facial.
wow, I think 2 years. Well, no, a year and change. But a massage, I haven't gotten a massage in a couple of months. Like I just feel run down. And yeah, I need to do that. And also, I've had such a great winter with us traveling and stuff, and like traveling for our birthdays and stuff, that now I feel like I'm at a plateau, that I think I need a fucking vacation. And I need a little mini 4-day weekend
I
going
look.
somewhere warm. I need vitamin D and D. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, no.
No,
I
both
need
are
no.
very
I
good.
need the
But
sun. I need to tan. I need to be eating alcapurria. I need to go somewhere hot for
no,
at least
yeah,
4 days.
I. Funny enough, I was supposed to go to Puerto Rico this weekend, but the way the flights are looking, that's gonna be a dub. But everything for its own reason. But yes, for me, I love it because it's like you now that you
I feel like
started
you.
traveling, it's
Cheers to the girls who
right. It's
do
like that bug of nah, I need to go somewhere, and it's only been like it was just last month. What is it? The 28th, 26th. We was just away. Not
Yeah.
even last month. We was still away at this point last
I
month.
need to maintain my tan, honey. But no, honestly, I was trying to do girl math. The next time that I'm going to be on like a legit vacation is not till August. So I need something to take up my time in between.
No, for sure.
Granted, there's things that we're gonna do coming up soon, like
I think yeah,
going to see Kylie Minogue in concert. I'm so excited for that. I think I bought tickets like last year.
yeah. You got
Um,
it.
But I need something that's going to, like, I was thinking Memorial Day weekend. I don't know, but I'm gonna make it happen.
Well, you know me. I'm going away. April and May is gonna be a travel month for me. So this is why I'm like, you know what? This weekend may not work out, but April and May is coming, and I know what's in store. So maybe I'm gonna be a patient little boy.
I want to go. I think there's always every year the company I work for goes to Chicago for work for this like big show that happens that we're like a big part of. I don't know if I'm going. I hope I go, but
Yeah, you went last year.
I went like no, like 2 years ago.
You didn't go
I
last.
think no, I didn't go last year.
Oh, and when is it usually? Because
It's
Chicago.
usually May. It's I think this year is May 18th to the 21st or something, or 23rd. I don't know, but that it's the week before Memorial Day. So
Weekend or during the week?
it starts I think Sunday, and I don't know. I have to check. Let me see.
Oh,
But I want to go. I really want to go. NRA is a big deal in hospitality.
I
It's
want to go to.
wait, this year is gonna be May. Oh, there's no, that's in Georgia. Where's the other one?
Yeah, I've been wanting to go to Chicago. I've only been to Chicago once as a day trip. Like, I flew in early in the morning, and then like I flew out like in the evening, and I like just had a day where I went around. Had the pizza, went around that
Oh
river.
yeah, the deep dish pizza is so good. I like Lumalti's. Lumal. I forgot the
I
name of the
went
pizza.
somewhere where Oprah went, and her picture was even there, and it was signed. I was like, oh, okay. So I
You
picked
know
it up.
where we have to go? This is showing me in Atlanta. But speaking of Atlanta, we need to go to Atlanta because now my sister lives there.
Well, yeah, we do need to go to Atlanta. Speaking of Atlanta and just shows, what have you been? We definitely got to get into the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills with some breaking
Oh,
news
I
that
got
just
it. May
recently.
17th to the 20th.
Oh, my
The
mom's
May
birthday.
7th, yeah, May 17th falls on a Saturday. So from Saturday to Monday.
All right.
So if I go, pull up on me.
um, what um, what shows before we get into
Oh,
Housewives?
I wanted to talk
Have you
about
been
this.
watching lately?
So everyone knows that I'm obsessed with the White Lotus. The White Lotus, Charlie. I need somebody to talk to about this fucking show. I can't go on TikTok. All the freaking what is it? The conspiracy theories. I'm talking to strangers at this point. I'm so excited. This season is fucking crazy. Charlie, you need to watch it. I need you to watch it as a gay man. You need to watch it. The shit that's happening is
I
insane.
heard
I don't even
about
want to spoil it.
things. I heard about things early on from when the first episode dropped.
My mouth was on the floor the last episode that I watched because I was not expecting like it's like gay porn slash incest slash
I heard.
girl.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but that show never like fails to surprise me, and like the spins that they do. I know you tried to get into it,
Well,
like
I watched season one. And I
okay.
did my season one. I got through it, but then season two, I tried to watch
Season
like
two
the
was
first
so much
episode.
better. Season two was so much better.
Really? I
Yes,
think maybe
and they
because
had the fucking part where the gays are trying to kill Jennifer Coolidge, and then there's a part where there's like sodomy happening.
nah, I honestly I didn't get past the first episode of season two.
Well, you need to watch. You need to do. I'm gonna. You know what? Maybe this weekend. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it with my uncle and see if he likes it.
I've been watching. Well, I spoke about it on the show already. I spoke about it when Joel was on Beauty and Black, and I finished that.
I heard about that, but I haven't really watched. Is that a Tyler Perry thing?
Yeah, and
Not my
I'm
vibe.
not really into listen, I've never been like a big Tyler Perry fan like that. No. There's stuff here and there that I watch that I like about Tyler Perry, but not crazy like that.
When I think of Tyler Perry, I think of like there's an old episode of Roni of Real Housewives of New York where Luann, the Countess, and Dorinda are having like some argument, and Luann's way of apologizing is by saying some like quoting Tyler Perry. The quote was so stupid, but it's just hilarious to me.
No, but that show amazing, and I've told a few people, and a few people have gotten into it and loved it. So
Yeah.
I was put on. So I'm not gonna act.
What's it about?
Huh?
What's it about?
Oh boy, how do I even explain? Okay, so it's about this one girl. I want to start with this one girl who basically is in Atlanta because there's so much. It's so roped in. She gets roped in by a friend, and her friend get to Atlanta, but then they're basically now belong to a kind of like a trafficking strip club place where they have to make the money, and it's wild. It's a lot
Sounds
of
like
twists,
Atlanta, all right.
ups and downs. It's crazy, but I finished that, and I can't wait for season 3. Like
Oh,
I'm
there was
hooked.
there was another show that I watched on. It's kind of sad. I watched it on Netflix. It was only 4 episodes. I think you should watch it because you work with children. It's called Adolescence. It's based in the UK, and it's about a 13-year-old boy that he stabs a girl, a 15-year-old girl. And the creator of the show, the producer, he basically said that the reason why he did it was because there have been so many school stabbings, especially in the UK, which is true, of little boys like stabbing girls to death or stabbing other boys to death. And
Wow.
they basically show it from like the side of like the parents and how they feel like they failed him, but the kid was like great. But then the kid was basically being bullied for having these ideologies. Have you heard of that guy Andrew Tate?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
That guy who's like he's known for being misogynistic
Yes.
and making women feel like they're beneath men,
Mhm.
all this shit. Like he's an incel, involuntary celibate or some shit like that. That's what they call it. I just realized what that is, and then I just put two and two together. My ex was an incel. That's why it didn't work out. That's yeah.
But
No tea, no shade, but I call it like I see it.
what
But
do
yeah,
you?
it's a great show. It's called Adolescence on Netflix. Everyone should watch it, and it's only 4 episodes.
Another one that I've been watching, but it's airing. I got into a Matlock.
That sounds familiar.
There is an old show, but now it's like I guess a new with Kathy Bates.
Mm.
The old original show it was a man, but this show it's Kathy Bates plays Matlock. That's the last name, and it's pretty interesting. It's like it's pretty interesting. It's a good show. I'm hooked on. It's on CBS currently airing. There's 15 episodes so far. It's airing weekly, but I recently got into it. That's a good one. But now on to Housewives. Let's start off with Real Housewives of Atlanta because I don't know if since it's premiered and we've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts? Because at this point we're like 3 episodes in. So what are your thoughts about the new girls? We have Portia back. We have
Shamia.
Drew back. Shamia, who was we seen her here and there as a friend of the show, and then we have a few new girls: Angela, Britt, and Kelly, along with Cynthia coming back as a friend. And then we do see Kenya so far, but we
And
know the
Angela too.
yeah, I mentioned Angela
Oh,
Oakley. And then we have Kenya there, but we know Kenya is not full time because we've reported here what's happened. So, what are your thoughts so far on the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of every castmate. First of all, Portia, I'm excited that she's back. She has a big storyline, and I hope that she's like very open and honest about her troubles because she was not very open and honest of how her and Simon got together. So that's
We'll
fine.
take that girl's man.
Shamia, first of all, I've always liked Shamia in past seasons, but they never really shown how
Mm.
much of a like good person or character she has. Like she's hilarious and she brings a lot, and like her family dynamic, and also like she's not just a little plus one groupie hoe. Like she actually has a whole family. Her family's beautiful, so I'm very happy that she got a peach. Um, Drew. Drew is mad thirsty. I don't understand why she's still a housewife. Why is Ralph in the basement? That like That is ridiculous. And like her wanting to work with Dennis, like that's mad corny girl code. But whatever, you're gonna do whatever you want to like have some sort of storyline. Kelly, she's a Pisces, right?
I just found out. Yeah.
She's a Pisces. Cute. She's cute. Lots of filler in her face. I
Mhm.
love waffles, so I would love to go to Nana's Waffles when I go to Atlanta. She brings up, she's like a firecracker. I like that she wasn't afraid to ask Portia what she said or what
Mhm.
she had previously asked. Brittany, girl, your husband is DL.
You think so?
He is giving
Allegedly.
DL.
Al-
That is, do you know the comments that are on TikTok like lavender marriage? That's
A
why I
lot of people, a lot of people say that there's something weird, especially this last episode with them, like their dynamic and stuff.
Mhm.
It's funny. I listen to other
I
podcasts,
think yeah,
so
and
that's a
also
little
you
weird
could
that you're
tell.
bringing up their dynamic because a lot of people are pointing out their dynamic, and I even as a viewer sense like, I didn't think he was DL either, but I'm up. I mean, I could see that perspective. Okay? Go on.
The next one, Angela Oakley. I like her. I think she gives Sheree, even though Charles Oak is that his name? Charles
I mean, he
Oakley
must have a
dated
type.
her.
Yeah.
I personally have always liked Charles Oakley. I've heard about him because I like basketball, and he is Michael Jordan's best friend. So seeing him so tamed is so fucking weird because he is not known for being tamed at all.
Mm.
But I feel like I hope her storyline is not just her being the wife of Charles Oakley, because if that's the case, like that shit's gonna like be boring by the fourth episode. Like I
Yeah.
hope she has her own identity. Um, but I don't like her coming after Shamia. And when they said that she looked like Latoya, I'm dead because she really does. She does look like Latoya Jackson. But yeah, Kenya not being there as much is kind of sad. Like we didn't even get confessionals from her. And
Yeah.
you know her confessionals are shady as hell, and they would have been great.
And she, one thing I love about confessionals is I look forward to the looks.
So, yeah,
And
those looks are not giving.
say what you will, like, or say what I will about Kenya. My opinions about her throughout in the past and such. She ate a lot. In her confession, she ate in her confessional. So, I love the looks and stuff, and she was one that, and the shade as well. So, yeah, interesting. So far I'm liking it. But
I like it. I
online
just
it's mixed reviews. Now, moving on to
Aladdin.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh
Seen
God.
the finale yesterday, and we just found out yesterday Garcelle Bouvier announced her exit ahead of, see the finale and the reunions coming up. She quit, and usually in the Housewives universe, we know when a housewife quits is because they will let go, etc. And they let them say that they quit. But in this case, I have it on good sources that she quit and producers were begging for her to stay. And I believe it even more after last night's Watch What Happened Live, where Erica
Yeah.
He's never changed. Some people's true colors come right back out. But anyways, where Erica was like, "Well, we didn't want to see Grant 2 weeks ago," and he was like, "No, well, you could tell." Andy was like, "There's people could say they quit in a moment. Shit, I be thinking about quitting one of my jobs every other day too." But yeah, so yeah, she actually quit, and
I
I guess
just saw the last episode, the season finale, like literally an hour ago. I didn't get to see Watch What Happens Live. I saw some clips, and I thought it was weird when Andy asked Bose and Erica, like, how do you guys feel about Garcelle like announcing her departure? And like they were both quiet.
yeah,
Bose, sometimes the skin folk are not kinfolk.
that's
Like
what
sometimes
Garcelle said.
that's really fucked up how like this is your first season and you're starting off. She started off, to me, both started off very like strong, popular. Like I liked her.
I
i
like
think
those.
I think she's self-made, she's very established, whatever. She brought a storyline, whatever. I mean, at her age, her trying to have a baby is crazy to me, but go off. um However, What the fuck did Garcelle do to you that you felt the need to like shade her so badly? That's not cute. It's giving mean girl. And like don't be siding with Erica just because you and her get along and you guys kiki, because I still haven't forgiven Erica for the diamond earrings. I haven't forgiven her for her bullshit. Like you're
Exactly.
acting all great because you remodeled your rented house, and I could say that because I rent too.
Well, no, but that's the thing. On Watch What Happens Live, she also tries to shade Garcelle, saying, "What did she do? What was her storyline? A beach house and I guess she named the city or wherever where the
Yeah,
beach house was at."
she did.
So I was like, "Girl, and what did you do? Remodel your little fucking like you said,
Her
rental
little
little
rented house, like
like
please.
apartment that anyone could have in Miami, like that type of house too. If you live in Miami,
In
like
Homestead, not even in like Miami Beach or Kendall or Coral Gables. It was like, bitch, you're giving Homestead vibes. No disrespect to Homestead. I used to live there, but it's not giving like Beverly Hills. You know damn well you don't live in Beverly Hills. Anyway, I don't know. I just find that shit to be weird. I heard some shit about Bose that she's a little bit on the. I always get it confused. Which is the bad side, the left wing or the right wing?
no.
Yes, girl. She's one of those. She's one of those. I wear a red hat.
Like Anne Marie too, because Anne Marie ended up being
Yeah.
like that.
Uh huh.
Well, then again,
Supposedly,
they
allegedly.
are
Let me say allegedly
alleged,
before she
but they
finds
are
me.
black folk from California. I mean, California usually sometimes goes thing, but you know those people with money, they wanted. Uh, it's usually the people with the big bucks that like go that way for their own for many reasons. But you know, whatever. We're not gonna get
Mm.
political
We're not
today.
gonna get political. We're not that
But
podcast. If you want to see that, go to the next channel.
with that being said, the Waterbees and the copyright names. No, I'm just playing. But speaking of Beverly Hills, and speaking of Garcelle's departure, because listen, I will say this before we move into this game. Um, I do feel like as the years went by, like Garcelle, like give us a little more. Like, where's your dating life? I get it. A lot of those comments and people have been saying that. With that being said, I am gonna miss Garcelle. I don't. And from the previews of the reunion, it feels like it may be a little gang up on her. I don't like the way she's going out, and especially the way these girls are acting. But with that being said, I love Garcelle. And I will say this also. Finally, and I guess it's gonna skip how I feel about when we get into this game. Finally, I will say this to you, Garcelle. You finally ate and gave me what I knew you could give at a reunion with your look. I've been wanting this for this is your fifth one for 5 years, for 4 years.
Yeah,
And you
that's what
finally
I said. I said, "Ooh, this is what I want to see."
yes, the last 4 years she's disappointed me. She's fucking beautiful. She was give me her name on the Jamie Foxx show, please. Fancy. Like, hello, girl. Like, give me what I know you could give. And she finally gave it. But with that being said, let's get into a
Fancy.
quick game of Keep It or Shredded Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion looks. Are you ready, girl?
I'm ready, Freddie.
We are Joan Rivers and
And Bevy Smith.
let's go. First look. Jennifer Tilly. Keep
I
it or shred it.
If she didn't have the sleeves and her hair was pushed back, then I would say keep it. I find this to be very mediocre. This bitch has money, Simpsons
Ooh,
money.
yes, she does. I was shocked. I
This
was
is
surprised.
not cute. Like you could have called Christian Siriano. You could have called. Oh my God, what's his name? I forgot his name, but he was on Project Runway. You could have called many people for a dress. This is not cute.
Yeah, for me is or actually, did I say keep it? No, I said shred it.
Hmm.
It's shredded. It looks like something a RuPaul, a non-sewing queen on RuPaul's Drag Race will pull up and walk
Yeah.
the runway with, right? With that this little part, right? Well, you don't know what I'm pointing to that, but yeah, that hemi
The
little
little castle, the little
yeah.
cascading thing. Girl, bye.
She has money, but it's a shredder for me. But we also played with you guys played along on our Instagram page. If you're not following us on Instagram, make sure to follow us on Instagram, people. And 40% actually said keep it, while 60% agree with us with shred it. Now, moving on to Dorit.
I'll say keep it. You know why? Because the last season look or reunion look was Little Red Riding Hood, and
Oh, yeah.
it was not cute. I think this is nice. It's very old Hollywood. Keep it.
Yeah, I agree with you with the old Hollywood. It's a cute dress. The hair, the hair goes with the dress, demure. Um, and for someone who's a brokey now, compared to the rest of them, she turned it up because you could tell from her fashions this past season she's going through it. But moving on. Oh, before we move on, 71% said keep it and 29% said shred it.
Mm.
Moving on to Sutton Strike.
Sutton is very short. She has little chicken legs
I heard
and
she's tiny in
and no
person.
hips. And I'm not coming for her. This is just facts. I feel like her dress is swallowing her. This dress is giving high low, where there are dresses that are like high on the front and low in the back, like they drag. That
Mm,
looks nice on someone that's tall and like statuesque. This is a shredded, because she could have either done like a shorter version of this or made it long, like a drape, or like had it what do you call it when it like flows in the back?
like a train.
She could have had a train, and like the front didn't have to like showcase her shoes, like it didn't have to be high waters.
Yeah. It was a
So
struggle for me, and it was 50-50 actually. I was surprised. 50-50 was split with between keep it or shred it. So I was surprised by that. Moving on to Kyle Richards.
she wears the same shit all the time. I like it. I'm not gonna say that it's a shred, but like she always dresses like a Latin quinceañera, or like she's going to prom in Miami or something. It's always giving like I'm trying to be Latin, but I'm not.
I've seen that in the past, and in the past, I've seen the little dresses. And stuff. I actually, when this was released, I actually was like, "Okay, Kyle." Like, it's not like a, but it was like a, "Okay, Kyle." I actually liked it. I liked it. The like, the lines and the thing, the hair. I actually liked that. I think she looks good, but surprisingly, it was 88% said shred it
I said shred it.
versus 14% saying keep it. Maybe I was one of those. I think two or three
I
guys.
think I said shred it because I saw it and I was like, oh god, it's the same shit every fucking year. She did this in green, the same outfit in green last year.
Yeah, it's a keeper, but a lot of people voted shred it. Now, next, we spoke about her right before the game, and Vava Voom, Garcelle Bouvier, I guess what is her last reunion look. She went out on top. Okay, she may be exiting not the way I like it, but she went out on top of her reunion look. What do you have to say about it?
I say keep it, but when you look at this dress, this shit is not original. This shit has been done, flipped it and reversed it. Like a lot of people have done this. The first thing that I thought about, and when you think of pop culture moments, this is the same style dress that Kim Kardashian wore when she had her first cover of Playboy, where she was draped in beads and stuff. Granted, it was just beads; it wasn't an actual dress, but it gives that like look. I love it. The lace front is lacing. I think it looks amazing. It looks like it's her
Yeah,
scalp. Um, the dress is nice. I'm happy that she like is leaving on a good note.
yeah, she stepped it up. Like I've been wanting, and like each season, every time the Beverly Hills reunion looks came out, I looked forward to her. And when it came, it was like, oh, like
Yeah.
she could have given more, could have done more, maybe the hair. But like again, the hair is giving. Finally, that red hair that she used this past 2 seasons is gone. The hair is giving. The dress, the illusion, the nude illusion, the panty, like you said, the beads, it gives you like it's been done before, but even it gives me a little bit of Britney Spears toxic, I think, of because of the nude illusion. It's beautiful. Like and a lot of you people agreed. And based on, I guess we'll continue going on, and not. I'm spoiling it, but 100% said keep it out of everyone who voted. Everyone said
Really?
yes.
Word.
Everyone. Next, Kathy Hilton.
This is very Kathy Hilton. This is age appropriate. Kathy Hilton, you did it, girl. It looks really nice. I mean, I can't see her dressed like Kyle Richards. I can't see her wearing something like short and like no. I think this is perfect for her.
I disagree, and
She
she's
looks
my good
rich.
Pisces sister. She's my good Pisces sister. But I feel when I seen this look, I'm like, didn't she do this like a reunion or two ago? Like
Yeah, she did for when she was with when it was Lisa Rinna's last
yeah,
reunion.
like it was very reminiscent. It looks the same. I don't want to be reminded or that thought of didn't I see this? Like I want to be like, wow, okay, give me look something different. And for my Pisces sis, I do think, especially for big moments like this, a Pisces wants to give different. I know I want to see different, so I would want to give different. I don't know. For me, I get what you say, age appropriate, but I was with most people. 71% said shred it versus 29% saying they would keep it. Um, on
Mm.
to Bose. Her
What's
first
her name?
reunion look.
Bose, I think I think I want to know what was the concept? Was it like an ode to St. Lucia because they went to St. Lucia, right?
Yeah. And they
Was
usually do the
that
sets.
was it because she is African and she wanted to give homage to like her African background? I want to say keep it because the silhouette goes perfectly with her body and her physique. I just don't like the bow on the top, or it's not
Yeah.
a bow, but the bun on the top. I like the dress though. I've seen her in many episodes and like I've seen her in many like interviews and she dresses impeccably. I just think that this is a little bit casual compared to all the other girls.
Other girls, right? For me, it
I'm
was a
gonna keep it, but
yeah.
for your first year or first timer, this is a little bit casual. Step it up for next season.
And to piggyback what you said, for your first year, first timer, and you giving in throughout the show and in your interviews, you would think you would give on your first reunion. I was expecting more as well. I don't like the hair. She usually has great hair. She has a hairline, from what I understand. Heard her
Oh
in an
wow.
interview. I watched her interview on the Breakfast Club, or heard it anyways. So she has a hairline that she's great. She's an entrepreneur. She's very inspiring. Honestly, every time I hear her things in interviews, like I get inspired and so motivated and like
She's in Aquarius.
yeah, she is. And
I can tell her work ethic it gives Aquarius.
but for the look, I don't like it. I'm like, you brought up a good point. Compared to the other girls, the theme just fits off. Like if it was all themed like Africa or something, and everyone, but it's not. The headpiece throws me off too with the hair. I wish you would have done something different with the hair. Her having a hairline really show it off more. It was a shredder for me, but most people agree with you. 67% thought keep it, 33% shred it. Now the last look, Erica Jane.
You gotta say Erica Jane. Um, I say keep it. A little mesh and a little bit of like transparente,
Yeah,
transparent look.
illusion.
Yeah, it's always nice. I love mocha mousse is the color of the year, the
You
Pantone
said
color of the
that
year.
at the top of the year. You said that.
Yeah, so this is very mocha mousse. I like it. She went with the trend. I like how it hugs her lack thereof curves.
Full
Because she's
Ozempic body, no offense, but it is what it like for her.
body by Ozempic. But yeah, I think it looks good. I would say keep it.
I like it too. When I initially seen it, I seen her. She was like, I seen her look before Garcelle. So when I seen her look, I was like, yes, bitch. I like that illusion, that new illusion, glittery, how it does fit her body, looks painted. It reminded me of Tyler at the Met Gala with that sand thing. Not
Yeah.
exactly it, but it gave me a little bit of that reminiscent thing
Mm.
of like that sandy look. She looks great. Too bad her attitude is cunty. And I love a good cunty, but when it's just like
God needs to humble her ass one more time.
but she looks great. She looks great, and I loved it too. It was between initially, it was between them two for best dress for me when I initially seen it, but then we did the votes, and I guess it seems Garcelle is the best dress out of all of them, and personally my favorite best dress as well. But yeah, 100% of people voted, and a few people voted. A lot of people
And the
voted.
way she's posing, like, eat that shit
He
up.
stole
Because,
that dress.
yeah, she's posing the right way. Because if she would have been posing in a different angle, it could have been not so cute. But
Yeah.
that was cute.
That was cute, but we will see. Before we go, any predictions on?
Wait, I have one more Housewives things to talk about. I'm surprised you're not bringing this up because she's your Lord and Savior, Teresa Giudice, with the tax liens.
Girl, I heard about that. I heard about that. Before we get into your go and get into your predictions. Yes, I heard about this, and
There's a clip going around TikTok. This was right before Louis and Teresa got married.
Jennifer Aiden lending them money.
No. They were in Watch What Happens Live. Teresa was the guest with Bob Harper from Traders. Behind the bar was Gia Giudice. And Andy said, "Are you guys getting a prenup?" And Teresa said no, and she starts laughing. And Louis's face is kind of like red, obviously, but he's kind of like laughing, like no. And Bob Harper and Andy were like, "Why not?" Gia jumps in. You remember when Gia jumped in and she's like, "Why would she do that? She doesn't need that. She makes so much that it's not a big deal." And you wanted to be a lawyer, girl? What? I cannot believe she's back in this fucking situation again.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and I knew it. Just for me, as time went on, and then I'm hearing the like things. Is like I was happy for her.
There's a reason why Bravo removed the clip of someone saying, "Oh, and she's in debt because of XYZ with Louis." There was, remember when the not the trailer came out?
Trailer for the last season of Beverly Real Housewives of New
There was
Jersey.
a clip that we never saw play out. We never heard it play out. The only time we heard it was on the trailer, and they quickly removed that shit because he probably sent a cease and desist.
You know what else? Who also know? Maybe Teresa was like, well, then I heard Teresa's not one of those demanding housewives. A lot of producers have said it.
She don't have to be. It could be him.
But you know what else? Speaking of clips, because it happens a lot on Housewives. I'm thinking you see the trailer and then you see a certain clip, but then you never see it play out. Another one that we never seen played out from Beverly Hills this past season was when Kyle was talking to her daughters about how things are, and they all crying.
Yeah.
And then they allude of her saying, talking about sexuality or whatever. It was quick, but I remember it. I have a good memory, and I've never seen that play out this season. So that's funny how you say that because it's very true, and I do remember that clip that you talk about though. But before we go, any predictions? I'm hearing that Garcelle may not be the only Housewives to the left. There may be one or two more, possibly. I'm hearing.
Yeah.
What are your predictions on any maybe new Housewives? Do you think they're gonna bring back old Housewives? What's your prediction? I think they're gonna Jennifer Tilly's gonna be full time because word on the street is they begged her to be full time this season. So I feel like she's gonna be bumped up to full time. And Denise Richards will be maybe brought back next year. My prediction, my early prediction. What's yours?
Even though she has her own show, that's weird.
Yes, but I don't think that show's going to be picked up because it's not doing horrible. But one, it was originally meant for the E Network, and then Bravo ended up picking it up. So that in itself already says that E didn't believe in it like that. So they thought that it could do well for Bravo standards, and it's doing okay because it's coming after Beverly Hills. But compared to like the numbers Beverly Hills is bringing, then how it drops. Yeah, but it's not horrible, but I just don't see. I can see Bravo maybe giving a few more bucks and saying come back to Beverly Hills. And I don't know if you watch the show. I haven't watched it, but each week is basically like a housewives from Beverly Hills.
I haven't watched it because it's crazy. We have the same birthday, but she's like boring to me. She's like
I,
Beverly
I've
Hillbilly.
always, since I was a young kid growing up, seeing her in movies and stuff, I thought she was beautiful and had a crush.
I think she's beautiful, but now I just
Oh,
find her to be so like trashy. I don't know. I don't like her.
what's your predictions on Beverly
My
Hills?
prediction is Kyle Richards is gonna have to leave because like her fucking life
Ooh.
is in shambles, and if she wants to be a full, allegedly a full on lesbian, she can't be a full on lesbian
You're
with
not sure.
yeah, with Thing with the one that talks very southern.
Morgan, whatever.
Yeah, and I think maybe Sutton because Sutton doesn't have her bestie, Garcelle
No,
anymore.
but no,
She's in a fucking island by herself.
no. If they bump Jennifer, a
If
lot of
they
people
put
like
Jennifer
Jennifer
Tilly,
Tilly.
then yeah.
Jennifer Tilly's her friend, so I don't think something's going anywhere. I think Doritos is lucky that whatever happened in her life happened because she at least secured the bag. She needs it.
Well, I
Well, at
think
least
that
a
the
season or
Reed
two.
needs to start dating immediately. Find a man like Lisa Hochstein and fucking have a storyline because your storyline can't be that you have
Yep,
anxiety, that oh my god, the burglary that happened like over two years
you're
ago.
right.
Listen, that's the worst thing that can happen to a person. I'm not knocking her, but your storyline can't just be about something that happened so long ago and now your husband's separating
Yeah.
from you because you've become insufferable.
I don't think the thing is I can see that with you, and it's so funny. It's crazy how you brought up Kyle because again, in the many things I read or podcasts and stuff that I listen to, and listen to what people talk about. Kyle Richards, a lot of people are like, she needs to go, she needs to, or she should have taken a break this season because she's not giving or sharing. Like everything's like, well, we could talk about this, we could talk about that. And Carlos King, as a producer, even said it like, as a producer, like that's not he loves Kyle. That's what he says that's his favorite housewives he hasn't worked with because then he has to throw out there that Teresa, Nene also, and the Porsches. But
I just
yeah,
don't
like
even understand why her and Mauricio like are separating. She talks in I can't stand Capricorns because like she talks in riddles and like doesn't really explain and then we'll start crying.
Tauruses do too, okay?
Who?
Tauruses, maybe it's an Earth sign thing.
Let me start it on those.
But with that being said, this was a great show. It's good having my best girlfriend back again.
Happy to be
Um,
back.
and they thought we wouldn't last. Let's take a sip to that.
Cheers to the girls' weekend.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, supporting. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, share, rate, all those good stuff. Apple, iHeart, Spotify, YouTube. A like goes a long way. Share, watch. We love you guys, and we will see you next week. Adios. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, everything the Inner Circle Podcast. And catch us every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook.